Hi all, welcome to the class of Single Board Computer. I'm Jay Shivapriya, working as an assistant professor in the Department of PCE at Konga Engineering College. In this subject, we'll be dealing with the Raspberry Pi 4 model. So, while coming to the features of Raspberry Pi 4, it has the heart of the Raspberry Pi 4 is it is having a quad core processor in it, and it has a 40 general purpose input output pins, and these general purpose input output pins helps us to connect the external devices like sensors and actuators, and it is having the inbuilt Bluetooth and Wi-Fi communication and available, and it also has two USB 3.0 and two USB 2.0 ports, and which helps us to connect the external devices like keyboards and mouse. And it is also having two micro HDMI slots, and this with the help of the micro HDMI to HDMI cable, we can connect this Pi board to a monitor, and we can make this Pi board to work as an entire system. So this Raspberry Pi comes with the different versions, like it will be having the different RAM size, like RAM 2 GB or 4 GB or 8 GB or available, and based on the application and the need, we can choose the corresponding one. In today's class, specifically we'll be seeing how to interface the analog sensors with the Raspberry Pi. Raspberry Pi normally has only a digital pins. That means it can accept only zeros and ones. While we have numerous of analog sensors that are available. So for interfacing the analog sensor to the Raspberry Pi, we need an external ADC module. So one such ADC module is MCP3008. So, for example, if I take the LM35, which is an analog sensor, instead of connecting the LM35 directly to the processor, I need an MCP3008, which is an external ADC module, which helps in performing the analog to digital conversion operation. So, first let us see how this analog to digital conversion actually works. Normally, naturally occurring signals are all analog in nature. And for the processor or controller to understand, we need to convert that into a digital format. And that comes an ADC module. So it helps in converting the analog to a digital one. And so what are all the blocks that are available in the ADC module? So that is, it has a sample and hold circuit, it has a quantizer, and it is also having the encoder. This is the input signal. It is normally analog in nature. That means it is varying continuously with respect to time. And this analog signal is given as input to the sample and hold circuit. And this it takes the samples at the regular intervals of time, and that is fed to the quantizer. The quantizer converts these sampled values into the discrete levels. So instead of having the infinite values, we divide the entire voltage range into the fixed number of steps. And each sample is then rounded off to the nearest level. And the next is the encoder. To each discrete levels, a binary or a digital representation is given, and that is a final digital output of the corresponding analog signal. The next is the resolution of ADC. So resolution, it indicates uh, how the smallest change can be detected by the ADC module. That means the resolution can be represented as 1 by 2 power n. This n represents the number of bits that is produced by the ADC. For example, if it is a 10-bit ADC, that ADC output will be represented in terms of 10 bits. For 10-bit ADC, the resolution is 1 by 2 power 10. That means it will be having 1024 levels. And for 8-bit ADC, it will be having 256 levels. So as the resolution increases, as the number of bits in the ADC increases, resolution increases, and as a result, the accuracy will also get increased. So by coming to the ADC model MCP3008, it is an 8-channel ADC, and it is a 10-bit ADC. That means it produces a digital output in the form of 10 bits. So it will be having the 1024 different levels. For example, if my voltage is in the range of 0 to 5 volt, to represent this voltage range, I will be using 1024 different levels levels. So if by increasing the size of ADC, the resolution also increases, and the precision of the output will get increased. So this type of ADC module can be used in the embedded systems IoT and helps in interfacing with the analog sensors with the Raspberry Pi processors. The key features of this module is it is a resolution is of 10 bit. That means it has 1024 different levels, and number of channels it is having is 8. That means at a time I can connect 8 different analog sensors with this MCP3008. So I can use it as a 8 single-ended channels, or I can make it to work it as a 4 differential mode. And to interface this MCP3008 to the Raspberry Pi, I need a set of form of communication. So here I'm going for SPI protocol for communication between the MCP and Raspberry Pi processor. And the supply voltage required for this MCP3008 is 2.7 volt to 5.5 volt. It is of very low power, and it provides a higher accuracy and stability. The number of pins that is available in MCP3008 is it has analog pins of channel 0 to channel 7. Each channel will be having one pins. So totally 8 analog input pins are available, and it is also having the analog ground and the V reference. And this V reference sets the ADC range. For example, if my V reference is 5 volt, then this ADC will be capable of converting the output input from 0 volt to 5 volt to a digital format. If my if V reference is 10 volt, then the ADC is capable of converting the 0 volts to 10 volt to the digital format. So this V reference it decides the ADC range. Then for SPI, I need some digital pins. CS represents the chip select and the clock, and this clock is usually provided by the Raspberry Pi processor. And D in it is a data input that is usually received from the controller for performing the start of conversion operations. And once the conversion is done, the digital output will be available in this pin D out, and it is digital ground, and this is a VDD for power supply. So how this MCP3008 works? The first is we need to select the channel. That is the first option. There are 8 different channels are available. To which channel first I have connected the LM35. I need to inform that first. So the first thing is channel selection. And the next is there are 2 different modes of that. Single-ended mode or differential mode. In which mode I'm currently using. So these are the two things that we need to inform to the MCP model first. And that is done by the processor via D in pin. So via D in pin, we need to select the channel number, and we need to use select whether we are going to use single-ended or differential mode. And once it is done, and the sampling process will be carried out. And this uses the successive approximation type ADC module and produces a 10-bit digital output, and that will be available in D out. And it is communicated. This digital output is communicated to the as SPI using the sorry. This digital output is communicated to the Raspberry Pi using the SPI protocol. So to provide this SPI communication, these pins are mandatory. That means I need a chip select which enables this MCP module, and the clock it is for synchronizing between the processor and then the this MCP module. The next is a digital input. This is a command signal from the Raspberry Pi, and this is a digital output. That is the output from the ADC to. Coming to the SPI protocol, it is a synchronous serial communication protocol, and it can be used in the short distance communication. So the microprocessor or the controller will be acting as a master device, and the external sensors and memories it acts as a slave device. So it is developed by the Motorola, and it is widely used because of its highest speed and the hardware security that is very simple. It is a master slave type architecture where master controls the communication and slave responds to the commands from the master. And it is also the full duplex communication. That means the data can be sent and received at the same time. And the SPI bus lines, it is having 4 different lines, that is master out and slave in, master and slave out. And master out slave in, it is sent from the processor to the MCP module. And MISO, it is the master in slave out. That means it is the data sent from the slave device to the master device. And serial clock, it is usually generated by the uh, master, that it is used for the synchronization between the master and the slave. And this chip select or slave select pin, it is used to select the specific uh, peripheral component like MCP module. For data transfer, we need to connect this D in pin to D in pin of MCP 3008 to MOSI of Raspberry Pi, and D out pin in MCP should be connected to MISO pin of Raspberry Pi. So the data transmission here will be done bit by bit. That means it is a synchronized serial communication. And master, it pulls the chip select pin high. Once it is pulled up high, then the communication stop. That means for communication to begin, the chip select pin should be low. So as I've already said, it uses the MCP first communicates the channel number, and it provides the start bit, and in turn it this MCP returns the 10-bit digital output via MISO pin. So how the uh, ADC output is calculated? It is calculated with the help of this formula. It is the formula is digital output, that is calculated by V in divided by V reference into 1023. That means as it is a 10-bit ADC, it has 1024 levels from 0 to 1023. So it is taken as 1023 here, and this V reference, it is set by us. If I set the V reference as 3.3 volt, we can set it as 3.3 volt or 5 volt. And suppose let the input voltage be 1.65, and V reference is 3.3, and my corresponding digital output is 5 and 12. This 5 and 12, I can convert it into a binary format, and I can transmit to the Raspberry Pi. The next is, we'll be seeing how to interface the temperature sensor, that is LM35, with the Raspberry Pi. So we must first understand how this LM35 works. So it produces a analog equivalent output for the every per degree Celsius change in temperature. For example, by the data sheet, by looking into the data sheet of LM35, you can refer to this. That means for every 1 degree Celsius change in temperature, it produces 10 millivolt output. So based on this calculation, we can convert the equivalent of voltage to a degree Celsius. So this is the pin diagram of LM35. We need to provide the supply and ground to this LM35 to work, and the analog voltage output will be available in this center pin. And to convert the voltage to the degree Celsius, we need to do this form. We need to calculate with the help of this formula, because as refer from the data sheet, the temperature in degree Celsius can be represented as voltage output in millivolt divided by 10. So 250 millivolts represents 25 degrees Celsius. So this is the schematic diagram of connecting the LM35 temperature sensor to the Raspberry Pi model via MCP 3008. In LM35, the first pin is connected to supply, third pin is connected to ground, and second pin is connected to the channel 0 of MCP 3008. And these four pins are connected to the Raspberry Pi, and these four pins supports the SPI protocol. This clock is connected to the clock pin of Raspberry Pi for providing synchronization. MISO pin is connected to this MISO pin of Raspberry Pi, and D out is connected to MISO of Raspberry Pi, and D in should be connected to MOSI pin, and CS bar pin, it should be connected to the chip select pin of Raspberry Pi. So once all these externally, I have connected the LCD for displaying the temperature value. Coming to the program, so first line, if you see, this is a program that is written with the help of the Python language. Before proceeding into the program, as we are using the SPI communication, we need to install the library which supports the STA protocol. So I have imported SPI Dale, and I have imported the time module for introducing the delays, and I have also imported the GPIO modules. The next is I have set in set mode. I have selected the BCM mode configurations, and for initializing the SPI, I need to use these three lines. For example, for this line represents I am creating an object of type SPI, and this SPI dot open of 0 comma 0. This represents the start of communication, and device 0 is selected, and this SPI maximum speed clock, it represents the 1.35 megahertz of clock frequency that we are selecting, that we are setting. So these are the first initialization steps that we need to do. And as we are doing LCD connections, these are the pins that needs to be connected to the LCD. So the LCD pins and corresponding GPIO pins and Raspberry Pi, I'm assigning all these, and I'm selecting the channel. The temperature is temperature sensor is connected to the channel 0, and for LCD connections, I'm assigning these values. The first is GPIO initialization. I'm performing all the initialization steps for LCD. That means all these pins, register, select, enable, and four pins for uh, transferring the data for displaying in LCD. All these pins should be set as an output pin. That is why it present as GPIO.out. Okay, and in LCD initialization, I need to first initialize the LCD by sending all these commands. So all these are sent as a commands to the LCD, so by for initialization of this LCD. Coming to the main program, this is the main program that is needed for interfacing the analog sensor with the Raspberry Pi. First, we need to initialize an LCD. For that, I'm sending initialization, and I'm displaying the string thermometer in LCD line number 1, and I'm calling that function, and I'm calling a delay, and after a delay, I'm reading the channel from the temperature channel. Previously, I have fixed the temperature channel as 0. So from channel 0, I'm reading the analog input. So this command calls this function read channel of read channel. So here we are using ADC. We have written this line where SPA dot transfer of to here, it reads the it reads the input from the ADC module. Okay, that means 1, it represents the start bit. Okay, and 8 plus channel, this channel will be either 0, 1, or 2. Okay, and 8 plus channel, and I'm shifting it left by 4 times, so this produces the 8 bit outputs, and the 0, it is a dummy bit, and I am performing all the initialization steps here for collecting the data. The next is it is a full duplex type of communication, and this signal will be sent to DIN pin of MCP module. That means I'm sending the start of conversion command, and is followed by this byte. It will be having the 1 byte of data, and this 1 byte will be having the option for selecting the type of mode that I need to be set, whether I'm going to use the MCP in the single-ended mode or differential mode, and that is selected by this 8 bits, and the 0 is a dummy byte. Okay, so once all these are set, and we'll be receiving the data in this ADC variable. So this ADC variable, by extracting this ADC variable, I can get the digital output, and that is a present that can be stored in the variable called data. So how we extract that is, so I'm in this ADC, it will be the output will be in the form of list. In the list, will be having 3 bytes of data. That means I'm having ADC of 0, 1, and 2, and the value 0 that can be discarded, that will be of dummy byte. Okay, and the LSB will be available in ADC of 2, and MSB will be available in ADC of 1. Okay, so by performing AND operation with 3, I can extract the last 2 bits of this ADC. Okay, the remaining 8 bits will be available in this ADC of 2. Okay, 2 bits can be extracted from here, and 8 bits will be extracted from here, and by adding this I'll be getting the 10-bit output, and that is stored in the variable called data. The next, once the data is received, once the data is received, and that will be stored in the temperature level, and that temperature level will be converted to the degree Celsius by calling this function convert temperature. So it goes to this subroutine convert temperature of, so what data I'm passing to how much decimal places I need to convert. Okay, so by doing a simple calculation I can convert the temperature level to a degree Celsius. Okay, and that can be displayed in the LCD. So that's it with the MCP 3008 module, and this is how we have to interface an LM35 or any other analog sensor, and we have to interpret the data from the MCP. And we can, with the help of Raspberry Pi, we can display it in LCD or any other display devices. Thank you.